My name's Stephen Lawrence. I've worked at the college since 1988 when the college opened. I was one of the original members of staff. And it's been a pleasure to work here. I've taught economics and business studies over many, many years, having done a little bit in a whole school before that. Economics is a fascinating course because it looks at essentially how we make our daily bread. How do we provide for the goods and services that we all enjoy and need? Economics can be divided into two sort of major sections. The first part is called microeconomics, and that microeconomics looks at the individual parts of the economy. For example, markets, labour markets, goods markets. It looks at the role of individual parts. Macroeconomics, as the name suggests, is all about the big picture. So macroeconomics looks at how the economy functions as a whole. It looks at those big issues like unemployment, inflation, the balance of payments, economic growth. The analogy I would draw really is a car. One needs to understand the parts of the car, like the gearbox, the engine, but also how those fit together and the car itself works as a vehicle. And economics is a bit like that. So we look at the individual parts of the economy, how they work, then we go on to look at how the economy as a whole functions. We also look at the role of the government, because all of us know that the government plays an important role in the economy through things like taxation, through subsidies, and indeed through rules and regulations, which govern the way businesses and individuals, consumers like you and I, function. We try and make the course come alive. I mean, economics is often called the dismal science, but it's not dismal because it's all around us. So during the 2 years of the course, we will certainly be inviting in some speakers, people, for example, who use economics in their daily lives. It might be, for example, someone from a commercial bank or an insurance company. We're also looking to do a visit in the 2 years, probably in the second year, to London, because London is very much one of the great economic and financial centres of the world. There are organisations like the Bank of England, Lloyds Insurance, the headquarters of the large banks, who will allow us to go in and, have a look round. And it's a really useful trip because it does give you an insight into this world of finance and economics. A 2-year economics course really is a stepping stone towards lots of very fulfilling careers. Economics is often regarded as a very prestigious subject, and it will really open doors towards either higher education or the jobs market. In terms of higher education, many of our learners after college will go on to do degrees in things like economics itself, but also related subjects like business, accountancy, finance, those sort of areas. And then from there, perhaps, working in those areas in the future. Alternatively, they might try and go straight into the world of work. I mean, we've had many successful students who've left with A-levels and started, say, work at a bank or an accountancy firm and have been able to work their way up within the business itself. So economics is a really valuable sort of tool, as it were, towards employment. It's often regarded as one of the most important sort of A-level subjects one can achieve if you want that sort of career. And it's interesting that economics graduates from university actually earn more on average than virtually any other graduate in the first few years of their work, even more than, say, doctors or dentists. So economics is a really useful stepping stone, towards a high-powered, hopefully interesting career. The summer preparation work, which we'd like all students to complete for the first lesson back, is important because it really will provide a stepping stone into the course. And I'm asking students this year to do a number of tasks, all of them very accessible. We're not expecting people to be experts. How can they be? But what we're asking them to do is a mixture of research and doing some writing and a little bit of numerical work as well, because economics requires both literary and numeracy skills. So the summer work will be very accessible. It will involve doing some research. It will involve watching perhaps 1 or 2 news programs. Because as I said earlier, economics is all around us. It's something that, one can follow on a day-to-day basis. and the summer preparation work will ask you to do that. So we're hoping that everyone will do that successfully. The important thing is to have a go at it. You know, doesn't matter if you're not sure. The important thing is to have a go at that preparation work, and it will be available on the college website from the welcome day. And we'd like you to complete that and bring it to the first lesson in September, please.